Hello and welcome to another I Teach Stamping video tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you about our new corner and border punches. These are new to our Occasions mini catalog and our Celebration catalog. So a lot of people have asked, well, why do we have a new punch style? And the second question I get asked is, how in the world do I use these things? So I thought this was the perfect reason to have a video for it. We're going to start off with our scallop trim border, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the punches first. First off, we have a new punch style, so it makes storage of them easier. Rather than trying to store a big huge punch like this, all you have to store is this. So they do have a lock on them and a label. I'll show you the lock first. It just is on the bottom side. You just slide it and the punch opens up. Then you'll notice that there's a label for it right here and right here. So when it's locked, you can store them standing up like this, and look at how much less room it takes up. Love it! Okay, so the same way you will unlock your corner punch is how you will do your border punch. So we're going to start with this one. Now you'll notice that I'm using a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square piece of cardstock. I'm going to share also with you dimensions below this video that'll make this punch come out perfectly on all your corners and your borders. So I'm going to first slide my cardstock in. Right here and right here there's a little piece of light gray plastic. You want to make sure that your cardstock is up against that. Give it a little half squeeze and flip it over. Then you're going to look right in here and make sure your cardstock is all the way in the corner. And you're going to punch. I do recommend doing all 4 corners first. Slide it. See how it will go past? It's like that. I'll show you another trick with them later. So make sure it stops in that corner real good. And see, like right there, it didn't line up all the way for me. It's because when I squeezed it, I didn't squeeze real well and my hand slipped. So that's why I always double check it. Slide it in into those corners. A little half squeeze, flip it over. Oh, my hand slipped again. And punch. So now we have our 4 corners, which also gives a really cool look, especially if you're not looking at the dimensions. Isn't that cool? So now that we have our corners punched, I'm just going to use this punch upside down, and I'm going to line up. I always try to have at least 2 scallops that I'm going to line up at a time. So I'm going to start, and I'm lining up these 2 right here, making sure that they're covered with silver. And the other thing I'm going to do is make sure that this edge here is up against this lip here. There is this great little guide on the front, but for me personally, I'm used to using my punches upside down. That's what I always teach people to do. And it's easier for me to see exactly where I'm punching. So I covered up the corner one and the one next to it. Okay, and I'm going to punch. Okay, then I'm going to slide it. I'm going to have 2 showing, or 2 covered up, I mean. And I'm going to punch again. Now this next time, I just have a little bit of cardstock to punch. Line it up. I'm going to line it up with the one above it and below, this piece of green, and punch. And that's how I get that border. So it's going to work out perfectly whenever I do the 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And like I said, the other dimensions are listed below on my I Teach Stamping site. So that's all you need to do in order to get that awesome look all the way around. Now I'm going to share with you the pinking hearts. And because it's hearts, I did it on pretty and pink cardstock. So we're going to do it exactly the same, but with a little twist. I taught this at my stamp clubs over the last 2 weekends, and it really worked having this little tip. So, once again, I'm going to start with the punch right side up so I make sure I'm in between those 2 little plastic grooves there. Okay, give it a half squeeze, flip it over. I'm not lined up. I'm going to center a little bit more, and I'm going to punch. Now this one is a little bit harder to punch just because you have all those intricate little lines and cuts. Look at those cute hearts. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to do all 4 corners. And for time's sake, because I already showed you how to do 2 of them, I'm just going to do those 2 right there, which also gives a really cool effect. Imagine putting a picture here or another layer there. Perfect. Now I'm going to go on to that border punch. And rather than paying attention to the hearts on here, I want you to forget that there are hearts on here at all. I only want you to pay attention to the diamonds. I mean, come on, diamonds are our girl's best friend, so this is easy to remember. Pay attention to the diamonds and forget about the hearts. So we're going to slide this in. Remember the rule of 2 I taught you earlier. We're going to cover up 2 diamonds with the silver on our punch. Don't pay attention to the hearts. But you want to make sure that this edge right here is up against this lip. And everybody of the 30-some people I've taught over the last couple weekends has agreed it feels awkward. It's going to feel very crooked. So, if it feels that way, you are doing it right. So I've got 2 diamonds covered up, and I've got it all the way to this edge right here. I'm going to punch, and it's going to look like that. Now I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to have 2 diamonds on either side of the cardstock I still have left to punch. Line up my diamonds, and punch again. And that's how you'll get that perfect border with your corner punches. Clean up my mess that I've made. My punches are everywhere. Be sure to contact me with any questions that you have. And to order these punches, visit the iteachstamping.com blog, and in the right-hand corner, you'll see my shopping cart. You'll click on that and go to Shop Now. I hope that this has answered your questions on the border and corner punches. And remember, I don't just sell rubber stamps and punches. I teach you how to use them.